Did the Mortal Kombat movie live up to its hype? Get over here and find out. Welcome back to the channel, it's your boy D-Rock, and I'm here with a review of the Mortal Kombat movie. I don't normally do this. Normally we do only Omnibus reviews and statues and all that, but I want to get into doing some movie reviews more often, so this will be like the first one that we really do. And starting out with one of my favorite franchises of all time. I'm a 90s kid at heart. I grew up on Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, so I gotta talk about the Mortal Kombat movie. There's a lot of Mortal Kombat fans out there hating on this flick right now, which is super unnecessary. I mean, it has its flaws for sure, but for the most part, it's an all-around good movie. I enjoyed it very much. It's a step up from the originals, which is always good. So let's just start out with what I really liked about the movie for the most part. So two characters that I really liked in this whole movie. They brought that old school feel back. They looked like how they do in the video games. Kabal and Kung Lao. Kabal was badass, man. Running around like he does in the games. Quick, just that sick like gas mask that he had on, man. He looked awesome. He looked fantastic in the flick. And he was just kicking ass throughout, man. And the other one is Kung Lao, man. Kung Lao looked very good. Looked classic like he does in the video games for the most part, and he still had that Kung Lao feel. He did the sick saw blade fatality with the hat. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. Now, honorable mentions, of course, we got that Sub-Zero and Scorpion. Sub-Zero I thought looked a little tiny, but for the most part, I really enjoyed like the way they introduced him. When he broke off Jax's arms with that ice, yo, that shit was fire. You got the ice wall, looking mad evil. He did look a little tiny though, unfortunately, but I mean, that's not a deal breaker with it. He was pretty badass. Scorpion also looked sick. He went to like the more modern version of Scorpion where he's got sort of like more of a samurai style armor instead of the ninja armor, which I don't hate on it. He looks dope, so it's not really a big deal. I wish they would have gone with all the characters though back to like more of the old school vibes of the costumes that they wore, but what are you gonna do? So those two were great, and of course you got your boy Kano, who there's that meme been going around that says, you know, Kano, the actor who played Kano, just went to the hospital for carrying the whole movie on his back, which I don't agree with at all. I mean, he was a good character. He definitely did Kano some justice, but I don't think he carried the movie at all. I think the movie itself carried the whole thing, man. The movie, it was just good. The only thing that I didn't like about the movie for the most part, I mean, there's a couple little nitpicks, but this is just because I'm a huge Mortal Kombat fan. I didn't like Cole, which I think is agreeable with everybody. I think his character was dorky. I think his armor looked like dog shit. It looked like something that he bought from like Spirit of Halloween, you know, like you've seen the folds and stuff in his armor at some points in the movie, so they just did a horrible job with that. He's got those terrible nightstick striker things. I did not like those at all. I thought they looked real corny. They're big and bulky and just stupid looking. I still don't quite understand like what his power is. I don't know if it's like that suit that Black Panther wears where he absorbs energy and gives it back, or maybe he just, I don't know. It was just, they weren't very descriptive on what his actual power was. If it's just that armor, I mean, that's fucking pretty whack, because it's terrible armor. It looks stupid. His whole like story with his family and stuff like that, and then he's like a part of Scorpion's bloodline is kind of, I mean, I get it. They always did that in Mortal Kombat games. They always brought in like shitty characters that nobody really ever played with, but they were part of the main storyline. So even that didn't really bother me too much. I expected it. I didn't hate it. It's just, I don't know. Not a huge fan of it. But one of the other things that bothered me in this movie was just the end itself. Like, Sub-Zero's there, and then the big reveal of Scorpion coming back, and he doesn't really show up. I mean, he fights him for a second, and then he ends up getting froze. So like, it kind of sucked that like Scorpion's big reveal, you thought he was gonna come out and just straight fuck up Sub-Zero, but that's not really what happened. He got froze up, and then they put it on that cold dude pretty much to take over the ending and save the day, but I just wasn't a fan of that. I think Scorpion should have came out ruthlessly and just fucked up everything. It was sick to see his old school MK fatality, though, with the fire breath on Sub-Zero, so that's pretty sick. And with that, hopefully Sub-Zero returns in the second movie as Noob Saibot. So we'll see if that happens. And then one of the big things that I didn't like is the ending too. A reveal of Johnny Cage, like the Easter egg there that he's gonna be in the next movie. Like, who gives a fuck about Johnny Cage? Johnny Cage is like one of the worst characters in Mortal Kombat, one of the worst main characters. So like, he just, I don't know, I was never a fan of Johnny Cage, and to end it like that, I feel kind of just, there's so many other things that they could have done. They could have overshadowed Shao Kahn, they could have overshadowed Shinnok or something, or just, there's so many different ways they could have ended it, and it kind of sucks that they're just like, oh, Johnny Cage is going to be in the next one. The only way that that would be sick is if they actually did get somebody like Ryan Reynolds to play Johnny Cage, which I kind of highly doubt that he would be in a Mortal Kombat movie, just because, I mean, that dude's all doing way bigger things, and I mean, Deadpool is going to be probably filming eventually soon, I would think, and he's just in mad movies anyway. I don't think he'd be in the Mortal Kombat movie. So I'm definitely on Team Miz for sure when it comes to Johnny Cage playing, or him playing Johnny Cage. That would be sick. I would mess with that. I think it's a perfect role for him. Both are kind of like hated dudes. The Miz, love him or hate him, that dude can sell a promo like a motherfucker, and he looks like Johnny Cage. The only thing is, I doubt he really has any sort of like good fighting skills. He definitely is a decent wrestler, but that's about it. You know, Goro was badass in the flick. The CGI was a little meh. It sucks that Cole was the one to take him out. You know, but all around, it was a really, really good movie. I like the settings. You got the caves and like the desert. It had that real Mortal Kombat vibe. The sculptures and statues, like that, he had that huge statue of Shao Kahn, and they had that huge statue of Goro too. Like all that stuff, the vibes with that looked awesome. Shang Tsung was kind of whack. I didn't really like his armor. It kind of reminded me of like an old Jet Li movie. I don't remember what it is, but like just that armor with the ponytail and all that. I wish they would have been more classic Shang Tsung, but what are you gonna do? But I mean, all around, there were some good fight scenes. There were some good bloody gore parts. That hilarious part with Jax with his tiny ass arms punching the heavy bag. I mean, that shit had me fucking dying. Just all around, it was just great to see Mortal Kombat on the big screen again, and it was done fairly well. I mean, I don't have too many, like the little qualms I have about it are just small little details, and that's just coming from a Mortal Kombat fan. So, I mean, all around, it was a fantastic movie. I definitely can't wait for them to make another 3. I think is possibly, if this one does well, they may have 3 more. I think Warner Bros. Did a great job with it. I only expect better things from here on out. I'm sure they'll take notes of what the fans didn't like about this, and they'll put it into the next couple movies. But another one thing that I didn't like is there was never really a true like one-on-one battle. There was no like tournament, which kind of was weird. It was just like them as groups fighting together. It sucked that they didn't just have like a fight, like how it is in Mortal Kombat. But, you know, it's, like I said, it's not a deal breaker. It definitely was a sick movie in my opinion, and I can't wait for more movies to come in the future. So, with that being said, that's it. We got that giveaway going on. Once we hit 500 subscribers, we're going to be giving away that Iron Studios 1/10 scale Colossus statue. So all you got to be is subscribe to the channel, comment on a video where I promote it, like the video, and you must be located in the United States. So we got that going on now, so make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell, man, get us up in that algorithm, share the video, do all that good stuff. Hope you liked the review. Drop in the comments, let me know what you think about the Mortal Kombat movie, and y'all stay safe out there. Peace.